Steve Ratner, let's talk about this storm. Here we are. We're in mid-October. We're having storms that you usually see, at least where I'm from, you usually see these sort of storms. If they hit, you're going to see them late August, September, maybe the first week of October, early. But the storms are getting more powerful. They're coming at us more quickly. Talk to us about it. You've got this charted out. Talk to us about the intensity of these storms getting stronger.
Well, I can show you the data, and maybe Bill Cairns can weigh in if he wants on the reasons. But it's everybody's impression that these storms are coming more often each year is true. And so if you take a look at a chart that we put together, you can see that at the bottom there's a black line. This is the average from 1980 until 2018 of the number of storms that cause $1 billion of damage or not. And the annual average during this period is 6. So there have been an average of 6 storms of severe intensity per year. And this is basically across a calendar year. So you start in January, and as the year goes on, you have storms that gets to be more and more. If you look at what's up at the top here, you can see that all these storms up here, all these major storms, have all occurred in the last few years. In 2012, when we of course had Sandy, in 2008, in 2016, and then you can see over here the red line, which is where we are now, and that you can see we're also on track to have a number of storms that are well above the national average. So again, I would defer to the meteorologists as to why this is happening, but the data is very clear that the number of storms is much higher. In the last 5 years, we've averaged 11.6 major storms compared to 6 on average since 1980. And then if you want to look quickly at the cost of these storms, you can see what happens, which is again that you have a black line at the bottom, which is the long-term average of a relatively small amount of damage. And then you have, so far, 2 really major breakout years, 2005, which was Katrina, and you have 2011, which was, 2017, which was Harvey, Irma, and Maria. And you can see those up here as huge numbers as well. Now, obviously, we don't yet have data on what the damage for this hurricane season will be yet, but you can see those 2 years were wildly above anything we've experienced in the past.
Yeah, well, if you look at the data, if you look at the trend lines, it's obvious that we're getting more storms. They're more intense. They're costing us a lot more. I was talking to a good friend of mine who's a very good Republican, a very good conservative guy, but he also happens to be an executive with an insurance company whose job it is to handle risk management. He said, man, it doesn't matter how conservative you are. If you look at the data, just this century since 2000, and look at the storms, they're becoming more plentiful, they're becoming more intense, and they're costing billions and billions of dollars. Every year it keeps getting worse. And his conclusion was, and he's no meteorologist, and neither are we, but he said anybody that suggests there's not climate change, they need to come into my office. I'll show them the charts. It is climate change, and it is costing the country billions and billions of dollars.
And remember, Joe, it's not just hurricanes. You've had wildfires in the West. You've had hailstorms. You've had all kinds of other unusual weather that we have not seen in the past.
Yeah, and Willie, thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.